Greetings, junior ukuleleans. Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new ukulele tutorial. I'd like to teach you an old spiritual song called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. This song was written way back in the 1920s, 1927 to be specific. That's when it was published. That's when they actually made some written sheet music that you could buy with this song in it. And then later on in the 50s, I think it was 1958, there was a hit record with this song. There was a British lady named Laurie London, and she actually sang this song, and lots of people heard it on the radio, and they bought the record. Records are a lot like CDs, you know, we have CDs today, or downloads, or MP3s, but back then they were actually these vinyl records, and you might have seen them before. You've probably heard about records and vinyl, but that's how people listened to music back then in the late 50s. And so Laurie London came out with this song, and it was very popular. A lot of school kids learned it. We learned it when I was in first or second grade or so. We had our homeroom teacher. She really liked to teach us songs and sing and play percussion instruments, and we were lucky. We had great music classes back then. And we did this song in that music class. So I remember that pretty fondly. But anyway, let's get into the song. It's got easy chords. There's only two of them, and they happen to be two chords you already know. C and G7. That's all you need, C and G7. That's pretty cool. Just like other songs. This song's like Jambalaya, where all you need is a C and a G7 chord, or Little Liza Jane, C and G7. This is like that, where you just need those two chords. So some songs are just fun. They don't require that you know a lot of chords and you have to move your fingers really fast. You can just have fun with two simple chords. So the lyrics go like this. There's a whole lot of verses, and different performers do different verses in different orders, but I'll show it to you as you see it most often on the internet. And there is a site called Mama Lisa, mamalisa.com. And Mama Lisa has lots of great children's music on that site. That's one of my favorite sites to go to learn the lyrics to songs and maybe learn the chords to some songs that are good for children. And so Mama Lisa, you should check out that site. I'll link to it down below so that you can see her version of He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. But here we go. We'll sing one verse here. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 He's got the wind and the rain in his hands. He's got the wind and the rain in his hands. He's got the wind and the rain in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. So that's an example of just one verse. He's got the wind and the rain. But there's other verses. I'll name some of them. He's got a little bitty baby in his hands. So they got a verse about a little bitty baby. And then there's another one about he's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. It always goes back to that. He's got the whole world in his hands. Another possible verse in this song is he's got everybody. Usually you save that for the last verse. No matter what verses you sing, you always make the last one. He's got everybody in his hands. He's got everybody. That's kind of how all recordings of this and all singers tend to do it, is to put the he's got everybody at the end. A couple of verses that aren't in all of the versions that I've heard and that I've seen are he's got the mountain and the rivers. That's one you don't hear a lot in the versions I've heard, but it's a nice one. He's got the mountains and the rivers in his hands, so that can be a good one to add. And also he's got the sun and the moon. He's got the sun and the moon in his hands. So you can imagine, you could probably write some of your own lyrics to this. You could have dogs and cats in there if you wanted, or some kind of food you like, or some activity that you like to do. But yeah, there's a lot of possibilities for this. So different people sing it different ways. And, the earth and the waters. He's got the earth and the waters in his hands. That's yet another verse. And that's kind of the way it is with old songs like this, especially spiritual songs, gospel songs, and folk songs. The words get changed over the years, and different people sing it with different words. And that's okay. It's a folk song. It's for the folks. It's for the people. And it's up to you. If you want to throw in some of your own words, you're perfectly welcome to. And I think you should. I think you should add a couple of your own words. So let's take this out by learning the strum. I just want to show it to you real quick. And for this, I like to use what I call the boom chicka strum. And that's when you take a chord like a C chord and you hit the strings that are closest to you, and that's the boom part. And then the chicka part is when you strum the strings furthest away from you, down and then up. So you get boom, chicka, boom, and that strum works for many songs. But for this song, it's really good. So let's sing one verse. Let's do the, let's see. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Let's do that verse together. Using our boom chicka strum. Our boom chicka. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got you and me, brother, in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Now the chorus. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 And there you have it, a great old spiritual song that is fun to sing and is easy to play and should be part of every junior ukulelean's repertoire. Alright, junior ukuleleans, you take care, and I hope to catch you later. Happy Halloween, by the way. Bye-bye.